G'day guys, and we're here with another one of Nathan's commentary videos. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share it to your mates if you think they'd be interested in this. Today Nate wants to talk about big subject, the meaning of life.
Yeah, well, I've always wanted answers and to understand my place in the world and what is the meaning of life. I think over the years I've developed a pretty reasonable idea about what is the meaning of life. But it was when I really embraced science, when I was about 27, when I started doing a big binge on science, that I got a better grasp of the meaning of life. So, there's a few ways you can come at the question of what is the meaning of life. You can talk about what is the purpose of the universe, does the universe have a purpose? Or you can talk about what is the meaning of an individual's life and what is the value of their life. Firstly, dealing with the nature of the universe, if you accept an atheist perspective, strictly scientific, you would accept that inherently the universe doesn't have any meaning or purpose. The universe is just a chance occurrence. It happened completely by fluke because the right variables existed pre the universe. I think I read that before the universe, all that existed was quantum fluctuations. I don't really know what a quantum fluctuation is, but I try and get my head around it eventually. Or was it that right after the Big Bang quantum fluctuations existed, something like that. But if you take the scientific perspective, all the universe is just a bunch of particles existing in a void. So there is matter, and there are forces like gravity and electromagnetism and strong and weak nuclear. They're the four fundamental forces of nature: gravity, electromagnetism, strong and weak nuclear and a force. And they're all that exist, just particles and matter in an empty void, and those fundamental forces of nature, and they don't have any inherent meaning or purpose. They all came to exist purely from chance, and there isn't any divine force or intelligence that says that this is the purpose or the reason why the universe exists. It just happened as a pure fluke, and that's all there is to it. And that's basically a very nihilist mentality, that there isn't any inherent purpose or meaning to anything in the universe. And I accept that because that is science and that is the truth. Unless you want to start talking about ideas like simulated universe or is the universe a brain, then you can start with science applying meaning and purpose to the nature of the universe. But, most people still think simulated universe theory is just a fanciful idea, and the idea that the universe is a brain or a living organism is just a fanciful idea. Stephen Hawking said before he died that he had concluded that the universe was an organic, brain living system that was growing and worked off principles of natural selection and Darwinism. But again, he was one of the greatest thinkers in history. So that sort of idea applies meaning to the universe. But really, if we accept science standard formula, the universe is just a chance freak occurrence that happened completely by fluke, and everything is just particles flying around in an empty void, and the strong and weak nuclear forces and blah, blah, blah. So in that scenario, the universe and therefore life doesn't have any meaning at all, other than the meaning that we philosophically place onto our own lives and the lives of others. So that is to say, meaning exists in the minds of self-aware sentient beings. Self-aware sentient beings with high enough intelligence come up with this idea that things should have meaning and that there is meaning in things, but really there is no meaning or purpose to anything. It's just a freak chance thing. But we apply meaning to our own lives. So then we come back to the more humanist perspective on what is the meaning of life, and that is to say, I am a human, I am an individual, I am alive, I am conscious and self-aware, and I look for meaning in things, and I feel my life has value. So what is the value of my personal experience? I'm only one life that has existed in billions of lives that have existed on the earth. I'm not important or special. But to me, I'm important or special because I'm finite and I'm mortal and I'm here for a brief time, and I want to do the things that give me meaning and purpose and make me happy and satisfied. So I believe my life has meaning, even if everybody else says that my life is worthless. So to some extent, the meaning of life is your own personal pursuit of happiness. and your own personal pursuit of meaning, and and I do believe people should pursue the things that make them happy and should pursue their own satisfaction and joy in life in their brief existence, because we're all individuals who will die. So I feel we all have the right to live a riveting and exciting and powerful and meaningful life, or a life that suits what we want. So you can look at the individual's pursuit of happiness is their individual meaning of their life, is what joy and happiness and satisfaction they want to get from it. The other perspective is the more communal view on what is the meaning of life, which is that we're all accountable to the community, and the meaning of our lives is how we serve and further the community. And we're all responsible to live responsible lives, to ensure that our lives don't negatively affect the lives of others or other animals on the planet or the planet in general. And so it's to say, some way you can interpret the meaning of your life is that you have a responsibility not to destroy the environment or not to negatively impact the environment, because that will negatively impact everything. So the meaning of your life, or the important focus of your life, should be your responsibility to do right by the rest of the community. But the thing about that philosophy is it assumes that we want everyone to live happy lives, because we say you're responsible to contribute to the community, so that each individual in the community, because the community is a collection of individuals, so you're responsible to to behave responsibly and to contribute to the community, so that every individual in the community can hopefully live their own personally rewarding lives. So it's like all the individuals are responsible to do the right thing by each other, so that each individual can live the best personal life for themselves. So whether you're an individualist or you're a communal thinker, it still acknowledges that we want each individual to do as best as they can. So we all have to contribute to each other's lives, whether it's through paying tax or through being responsible or doing community service, or not, or just simply not doing things that negatively impact others. We're all responsible to all the other individuals in the community, so that their lives are personally satisfying and enjoyable as well. So the idea of the community is we want every individual in the community to live a personally rewarding and satisfying life. So we're all responsible not to damage each other, and hopefully to lift each other up, so that all individuals in the collective all live rewarding lives. So as I said, I'll finish up in a sec, but you can take the universal perspective of the meaning of life, which is that you can look at what the universe is, and you can ask, is there any inherent purpose or meaning in the universe? And science will answer that for you. Or you can look at the individualist perspective, where you ask, is the meaning of life the individual's pursuit of their own satisfaction and happiness and reward and joy in life? Or is all of the purpose of all of our lives just to be completely responsible to others, to ensure that everyone is living good and purposeful and meaningful and rewarding lives? So those are a couple of the ways that you can think about what is the meaning of life. Those are some of the things that I've thought about. I'm very big on the fact that I will die, because I find it depressing that I will die. I'd like to live longer. So I want to both do two things. I want to contribute as much as I can to the lives of others through promoting thought and innovation and new ideas, and through helping others achieve joy and happiness. I'd like to do more charity work. So I'd like my life to be about contributing to others, but I'm also about my own selfish pursuit of my own satisfaction and joy, because this is my life and I'm going to die, and while I'm here I want to do the things that I like and that bring me happiness. And what I've realised in recent years is there's also, we are responsible to others, and we are responsible to do right by others, and we should help others and lift others up, but there's also nothing wrong with looking after yourself as well, because you've got a right to live a life that is important and meaningful for you before you die. So if you want to think about what is the meaning of life, think about those few things that I've just said then, and drop a comment in the comment section about what you think the meaning of life is.